The Mucho Dinero Show is a global business empowerment program. Everybody is watching. We have a 3 billion reach. I am Dr. Tonya, aka the Queen of Grants, and a funding expert, and the producer of the Mucho Dinero Show. Tune in to be inspired and educated about business matters. Listeners tune in weekly to get practical steps about grants and funding development. Our show is highly impacting and purpose driven. We educate, we empower, and we promote. Weekly, our guests share fresh perspectives on how they manifest cash in their businesses. They share interesting personal stories, promote their businesses, books, and upcoming events. And yes, we do offer spots for commercials on the show. The Mucho Dinero Show is the best place to share and promote your message and your business to the masses. For more information, contact Dr. Tonya at 702-271-9856. Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Tonya. I am live with Mr. David Vine, and I am so excited. Welcome to the Mucho Dinero Show.
Thank you. Nice. It's an honor to be on this morning here in Australia.
Likewise. Everybody, now this is a great opportunity. We get to meet with Mr. David Vine, and I am so excited. My name is Dr. Tonya. I am the host of the Mucho Dinero Show. I'm a grant writer, I'm a business developer, I'm an author, and I'm also a publisher. Yes, I am. And I'm so excited to have Mr. David Vine here today. David, will you tell everybody where you're hailing from? Where are you located?
Right. Brisbane, Queensland, of Australia.
Australia, wow.
On the other side of the world.
What time is it in Australia where you are right now?
Well, at the moment it's 8:38 a.m. in the morning. So
wow.
Going on nearly 9 o'clock. So.
Okay, awesome. And it's 3:38 p.m. in the afternoon in Las Vegas. So, and it's really sunny here, and I can tell that it's also sunny where you are.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Well, at the moment it is. Yeah, because it looks like we're supposed to be getting some thunderstorms later today.
Oh wow. So I know how that is. I'm originally from South Carolina, and we had lots and lots of thunderstorms. But today, I've been talking to you back and forth through Messenger for a couple of months, about a month and a half, I think it has been. And
about that.
Yeah, about that time. And I went and I looked at your page, and I noticed that you have several books that you authored and also co-authored, and I thought that was really interesting. And then you do some things also to benefit people, I guess, in your community. And I thought that was great, something that was really like cool also. So once again, thank you for being on the Mucho Dinero Show. And I was just wondering, when did you decide that you wanted to become an author? What made you decide to start?
Well, it all started back in, I'd say, about 2018, 2019, I went to a business trade expo, and because of course I'm in business, of course, I'm a technology coach, empowerment coach, all that type of jazz, and I never saw myself at first as myself as a writer at first, but when I went to this particular trade show, there was something about this trade exhibit that was pulling me over, so I had to go over and talk to them. So once I started talking to them, they gave me the whole pitch on how good it is can help you with your business. It was show you it can turn you into like a person of influence. It was be good for your own personal branding, and it pretty much started from there. Actually, I got into it, saw the opportunity, and got onto it. Well, it was a book called Business Warriors with David Vine. That was my very first one. Taking care of working women in the 21st century.
Oh, I love that title. Do you have the book? Yes.
Yes, I do. It's in one of my drawers here.
Okay. But I absolutely love that title.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was my very first opportunity, and it was with Disruptive Publications at the start, and it's an opportunity for me to share the glory with other people that's out there, and I've loved it ever since. No, it's just being able to share your story.
Oh yes.
With others.
Yes.
And it's so powerful in doing that. No, it's just being able to share your story.
Oh yes, I love it too. And I have become addicted to not only sharing my story, but also addicted to reading other people's story. So you were in business as a technology coach / business coach, and you went to a trade show. And then I agree with you. I do think that writing books can help your brand, and it does help you become more visible. And it can lead to you becoming a person of influence. I really believe that. Was it difficult for you when you started, or was this something, did you have someone that you hired to help you along the way, or did you just do it on your own?
Well, this opportunity, it was through a publishing company. Okay. Obviously, they mentored us and gave us the opportunities, and they actually walked us through the process.
Oh.
It was of how you want your chapter to look, and I actually done one quite well actually. I'll share. Can I share the link with you afterwards?
Definitely, I would love for you to do that. And what we'll do is, everybody, I want who's listening, if you can hear us, share this out. I'm having a candid talk with Mr. David Vine, who happens to live in Australia, and I'm in America, so I'm so excited about this. And later on, David will share the link, and you'll be able to get his books. He has like 6-7 different books he authored, or either he co-authored, and you'll be able to get the books from him directly. And I'm just really excited about talking to you, David, to be honest with you. Go ahead.
That's what I'm passionate about. No, it's just being able to share your story with people. It's very powerful with people in general.
I agree.
No, if you can share your story, people will actually see that you are a person. People will start to resonate with your story.
I agree. Yep, I really agree with that. I've been a avid book reader all my life, and I brag about being a nerd. I love reading books, and what I love about reading books is that as you read the stories, you can be anywhere. Like if I wanted to be in London, I could just I could read a story about someone's telling a story about London. You can really travel the world. I know I did as a teenager. I traveled the world through the books that I read. And then like you, I fell into, I didn't realize that I was going to actually start writing any books at all. And I kind of fell into it. And then now though, we have so many different people that are becoming authors. And I'm finding that people really want to tell their stories. They really want to tell their stories.
They do.
Mm-hmm. So if somebody wanted to get in contact with you, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you?
Through the link that I just shared with you.
Okay. All right. And what I've done, everybody that's listening, if you look at this broadcast, you'll be able to see that link. David has a Facebook group, so that would be the best way to get in contact with him. So I'm hoping that you and I will be able to do something in the future together, to be honest with you.
That would be great.
Oh yeah, because I'm a business major also. So yeah, I'm a business major.
Because that's how I actually got started as well. In other words, once I started my first collaborative book, I got bitten by the writing bug.
Yes.
And because of that, I decided to make a big, huge life change. I started going to university.
Wow.
At my age, I'm in my 40s, and that's what I'm studying. I'm doing a double degree through Griffith University. It's a bachelor degree of majoring in entrepreneurship, and the other degree that goes along with it is Bachelor of Arts, majoring in creative writing.
Oh, wow. I love it. I just love it. That's awesome. And David, you're never too old to start over. So that's such a great story in itself. So listeners, everybody that's listening, you're never too late. It's never too late to go to school. It's never too late to start over. And I can tell that you're really passionate. You're really passionate about writing books and about telling stories. So it falls in line with what you're doing.
Exactly. Yeah. So I can tell a little bit about some of the other books that I'm in now, if you like.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I'm in an anthology called Lessons I Learned. It's 11 stories of people shouldering their vulnerable side. In other words, lessons they've learned as a person, and it's kind of like reflecting on past self. In other words, what did I learn from that experience in that point in life? So that's the actual name of the book, Lessons I Learned.
That's interesting.
Yeah. The next one after that, it was kind of like another passion of mine. Like I was bullied as a child.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And not just being bullied as a child though, like we all have experiences in life. In other words, we all have experience in even in the workplace as business owners as well.
Yes.
So that was kind of like the title of the third one. It's a book around building resilience, overcoming business bullies.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. That's an interesting topic.
It is, yes. So once you have a look over it, you'll see what I mean. I'm sharing some of my stories of being bullied as a business owner, and relating those experiences into powerful messages of empowerment.
Wow.
Hence, that's what it's all about, building that resilience.
Wow, that's interesting. And I think that's something that is often looked over in the workplace, but it happens more times than we think. That type of bullying. I know I've experienced it.
Exactly, yeah. So like I said, I'll share all the links afterwards.
Okay.
You want me to do it in the post part of the Facebook Live?
Yes, you can. You could do that, because what I did is with this, even though we're live right now, I went ahead and I'm gonna go in there and actually tag you. So if you'd like to, you'd be able to share it in there. Yes, please.
Yeah. There was also another book that came out early this year. It's kind of like a different style of writing compared to what I have been doing. It's a book around letters of love. So it's kind of a bit of a powerful book in itself, because what we're doing, we're writing a letter to someone that could be special in our life. You could either be doing that, or you could be writing a letter to your younger self, writing to your future self, or writing to someone that's made a difference in your life in some way. And when I wrote my letter, it was a letter towards my mum, because the reason why I wrote a letter to my mum is because a couple of years ago, she passed away herself.
Wow.
So all the things that I would have liked to have said, but in the letter that I've written, it helped me get that closure for myself.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I lost my mom. My mom left here also about 1.5 years ago. So I find that very helpful. And I didn't think about doing that. So that's, in itself, thank you for sharing that, David.
Yeah. I know a lot of other publishers here in Australia that do that type of stuff, and even the publisher that I've done this Letters of Love with now, she's such a good friend of mine, and I just want to say thank you, Melissa, if you're watching this.
Wow. Thank you, Melissa. Wow.
Yeah. And that book hit Amazon bestseller.
Wow. Congratulations. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, twice actually. The reason why it hit, because the first of it is, of course, English, and then it was re-released just over 1 or 2 months ago now, but in French.
Oh.
So the French edition also hit Amazon bestseller.
Congratulations. That's awesome. What is the name of that book again? Will you share that with us again?
Yes, I will. I'll share it over.
Okay.
And I'll put it in the links.
Okay.
Yeah. And I could probably go on all day about some of the books that are involved.
Well, they're interesting books. So if you can you give us a couple of more? Because I'm finding this conversation interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's also at the beginning of this year, there was a book called that I'm also involved in. It's called They Are Magic.
Wow, They Are Magic. Wow.
I don't know if you might have heard of that one. The reason why I'm saying, because it wasn't through an American publisher. Her name is Blair Hayes. Have you heard of her?
That sounds familiar. That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, so if you're watching this, Blair, I'd like to say thank you. And in that book, it gave me the opportunity to open up further. In other words, really get into the person that I am. In other words, talk a bit about some of my experiences as a child, talk about some of my experiences growing up. And it was very therapeutic for myself. You know what I mean? It's what I like to say, there's pure human emotion in that one. I went all out on that one, that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, wow. Because writing can be therapeutic. I know for me, it is therapeutic.
It is, yes.
It is, yes.
So if you're watching this, Blair, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, yeah. And there's another one as well. become involved in as well. It's called Ascension, with also another American publisher, Janet Brent. So also Janet, if you're watching this, thank you.
Thank you, Janet.
Yeah. So I think makes me sound like I'm doing my award speech for people.
No, we need to know, because this is interesting. We need to know it because the listeners, there's something about doing, when you talk about the book and explain exactly what the book is about, that it draws readers. It really draws readers. It's a title, and I think when the author comes in there or the co-author comes in and actually talk about it, it makes all the difference in the world. So, what is Ascension about? What is Ascension about?
Ascension is kind of like a continuation of They Are Magic a little bit.
Okay.
No, it's kind of like an extension of that.
Okay.
It's driving my soul purpose. And the best way to explain it is probably it's my ascension journey to become, like everyone has that ascension journey, don't they? So it's about how they felt that they went to the top,
Yes.
Self-actualization, in other words. And that's what my chapter was about. It's there's a lot to it though. It allowed me to continue to be a bit more raw and emotional, because I wanted to convey a message of hope. I wanted to convey a message of empowerment.
Wow.
Yes.
And it's so needed. That message is needed around the world right now.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so listeners, if you're listening, I'm telling you, I know that there's going to be some books that I get out that David has mentioned. And today, this is for you. This Mucho Dinero show, this taping, this interview is all for you. And David, I think that's what I like about when I look at your page, the social media page, I saw what you were doing. And, like I said, in your community and with the people that you're connected with, as far as bringing hope and support, so that's why I said, I want him on the Mucho Dinero show. I want to know more about what you do. And that's definitely.
I've actually got my new collaborative book is coming out next week, actually. Next week.
Wow.
Yeah, you might have heard of it through Maisha Barnett.
Yes.
So if you're watching this, Maisha, thank you.
Thank you, Maisha.
Yeah, coming out the 20th.
Awesome. Yeah, I've heard of the book, and I know Maisha Barnett, so I'm happy that you're a part of that project, and and I believe it's going to be. Can you give us a little sneak peek in what you wrote, just a little bit about it?
I've actually written a little bit about my own personal journey over the past 12 months.
Okay.
In other words, we all know how COVID has really knocked people around.
Yes.
So I'm kind of like written about some of my own personal feeling into that. On how it's affected me personally and professionally.
Okay.
And let's just say I've had a bit of a rough few months.
Yes.
And I'm using the experiences throughout the pandemic because of how I've learned to deal with everything.
Yes.
How I've learned to deal with everything, and there's even a little short story in there that I actually wrote to go along with it as well. It kind of like goes in hand, with what I've written as the experiences and the short story that I've actually written as well. It's kind of like a two-parter.
Okay. Well, that's interesting because I know people are seeking answers and they're seeking solutions. So based upon what you've written already, I know that what is in this anthology project, this will be coming out next week, is going to be some more hope, and really some more realness to help us wherever we are in this day and time. Because like I said, the pandemic it's been hard, so
Been hard on people.
Yes.
Been hard on a lot of people.
Yes, extremely hard. Yes, it has. So if you're listening to us today, David Wine has courageously, because I think it takes courage to go through self-actualization, and it also takes courage to ask yourself the hard questions about, what do I really want out of life? What are my passions? And then to actually just go ahead and walk out the steps to make it happen, and I think that I could see that there's a thread throughout all of your books, and that's a thread of hope and love, of yourself, and really, outward hope of helping other people also. So I'm looking forward to reading your books. I'm really looking forward to reading your books.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And I'm also looking forward to working on some type of projects with you in the future, definitely in the future.
Definitely.
Yes. So David, is there anything that you would like to say in closing today to the listeners?
All I'd like to say is probably like, don't you use your past experiences. Try not to dwell too much on the past. Live for now, and if it helps people along the way, so be it. Learn to open up and share your story.
Oh, I love it. Yes, David, those are some great words, and and I needed that. I needed to hear that from you today, David, because sometimes I've been guilty of staying in the past too long, and I understand that in order for me to go forward, I've got to let go of the past and then go forward. So everybody that's listening today, David said it. He said it quite well. Don't dwell long, go forward, and then use your story really to help and heal others. So David, thank you so much for being on the Mucho Dinero Show with Dr. Tonya. Listeners, you're welcome. Listeners, David and I are connected on social media. So what we're going to do is David's going to make sure that he writes all those links in the post so that you'll be able to get those books in your hands, in your library, and start reading those books. And I often tell the listeners and the readers, be sure to go back and give positive feedback, share the positive feedback, and let's purchase books from each other. Let's learn and heal and help one another.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that were probably interested in coming on your show.
Oh, wow. Well, I'll send you a link, and I thank you so much, David. I look forward to meeting you again, working with you, and then also meeting the people, because I'm open. I really believe in supporting. I think you know that already. I'm a really big supporter of people and their businesses. And, I believe that I've been placed on this earth to help people. So thank you, David. Thank you for thinking of me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for today. Yes.
All right. So listeners, we will go ahead.
Very therapeutic and allows me to open up.
Wow. I wanted it to be a great experience. I wanted it. And, you know, and I believe what you shared on here today has not only helped the listeners, but it's also helped me also. You know, I believe that there's a time and a reason for everything. And although I'm in sunny Las Vegas and you're in sunny Australia right now, you know, we were supposed to meet each other on the Mucho Dinero show, you know, and this is a global platform. So thank you so much for your time, David. I look forward to talking to you soon.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye, listeners. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, here's the next instructions. Go ahead. David's going to put the links in there. Purchase some of the books, purchase all the books. Christmas is coming along right around the corner. I say give the books as a gift, you know. You already know that they're going to help others. Really just listening to David, you know, what makes me want to buy everything that he actually has, you know, because of how your genuine heart. So listeners, this is Dr. Tonya on the Mucho Dinero show. Thank you so much, David, for your time. And remember, share this out, purchase the books. I'll see you the next time. Remember, the Mucho Dinero show is where business people are educated, empowered, and promoted. Education, empowerment, and promoted. Thank you so much for your time.
And share the love.
Thank you. Thank you.